Good morning, student. How are you? I hope everyone is happy. God bless you and your family. In the previous section, we saw about the respiratory system. What is meant by respiration? Respiration means intaking oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Organs of the respiratory system. Our respiratory system consists of all the organs responsible for the exchange of air between the atmosphere and the lungs. Respiratory organ, the first one nose, second one windpipe, and third one bronchi. Nose. We inhale air through the nostril, which lead to the nasal cavity. The inner surface of this cavity is lined with the air and mucus producing cells, which make it sticky and moist. The air and mucus drop dust and germs and prevent them from going deeper into the respiratory tract. Second one, trachea. The trachea, commonly known as the windpipe, it's a tube about 4 inches long and less than an inches in diameter in most people. Trachea begins just under the larynx. Larynx means voice box and runs down the behind the breastbone. Trachea then divides in two smaller tubes called bronchi, one bronchus for each lungs. Trachea is composed of about 20 rings of the touch cartilage. The back part of each rings is made up of muscles and connective tissue. Moist, smooth tissue called mucosa lines the inside of the trachea. The trachea winds and lengthens slightly with each breath in, returning to the resting size with each breath out. Next part, bronchi. The bronchi, singularly known as a bronchus, are extension of the windpipe that shuttled air to and from the lungs. Think of them as a highway for gas exchange, with oxygen going to the lungs and carbon dioxide leaving the lungs through them. They are part of the conducting zone of the respiratory system. The conducting zone, which include the windpipe and pharynx, is a region of the respiratory system that only moves air in and out of the body, and it's not a part of the gas exchange process. Each bronchus contains cartilage, a mucosal lining, and smooth muscles. Cartilage is a connective tissue that provides support for physical process, and in this case it prevents the collapsing of the bronchi during the inhalation and exhalation. I welcome everyone back to my class. Did you ever try to see how long you could hold your breath? The first time you try, you might only be able to hold it for about 30 seconds before you feel a need to gasp for more air. But if you practice, you can train yourself to hold it much longer. In fact, experienced divers can routinely hold their breath for 5 minutes or more. Of course, no one can hold their breath forever. Evenly, the body demands a fresh supply of good clean air to fill up your lungs. So now we are going to discuss about lungs and alveoli. Your lungs are a pair of organs found inside your chest. They carry out a very important functions, which is to bring oxygen in and get rid of carbon dioxide. Oxygen is a gas found in air that your cells need to work properly. Carbon dioxide is also a gas, but it's actually a waste product that your cells produce from the work they do. The lungs lie on either side of the breastbone and fill the inside of the chest cavity. The left lungs is slightly smaller than right lungs to allow the room for the heart. Within the lungs, each bronchioles lead into bunch of air sac called alveoli. So breathing in or inhaling, it's like bringing necessary supply into your house, and breathing out or exhaling, it's like taking out the trash. Inhaling, that explain why we breathe, but it doesn't explain how this process of inhaling and exhaling works. Well, it all starts with the diaphragm, which is the wide muscles that lies below the lungs. When your body needs more air, your diaphragm contracts and flattened out. It's a kind of like the lungs are part of a carnival ride where the floor drops out below them. When this happens, it creates more space in your chest, which act somewhat like a vacuum, sucking air in the through your nose and mouth. At the same time, your rib cage moves out, which add even more space for your lungs to expand. The inhaled air passes through tube and inflated your lungs. If we go inside of you, we see that the branched tube that carry air into your lungs are called bronchioles. This bronchioles branch out into your lungs like twigs on a tree. The smallest ones are no wider than a stand of your air. At the end of the bronchioles, we find alveoli, which are tiny air sacs. The wall of the alveoli are very thin, so thin that oxygen from the inhaled intaking air can pass through them and enter tiny blood vessels called capillary that are nearby. Capillaries are so small that blood cells must pass through them single files. These blood cells give the oxygen and ride around the bloodstream and drop it off at the any cell in need. What do lungs do? Take a deep breath. Wasn't that amazing? Well, a deep breath may not seem that amazing, but by the end of this lesson, you will have a deeper appreciation for this simple action. Your lungs are the major organ that help with the breathing. When you breathe in, your lungs fill with the air. When we say air, we actually mean a mixture of many types of gases: nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, to name a few. Gas exchanges. One of the major job of the lungs is to filter the air and pull out the oxygen. The oxygen is then passed to your blood. Your blood deliver the oxygen to all the tissue in your body, which use the oxygen to perform important functions. Your tissue then dump waste gases back into the blood. The blood carries the waste gases back to the lungs, which then help to expel these waste gases, mainly carbon dioxide. This ongoing process is known as exchange gases. Gas exchange may seem like a very fancy term, but is really simple if you break it down. Exchange means to switch something. For example, say your parent uh, busy you pant that are too small. So you go to the store and exchange the small pant for a longer pant you can actually use. That is like what's happening here. But instead of the pant, gases are being exchanged. Your lungs are exchanging carbon dioxide for oxygen it can use with every breath. So cool, right? That is deep breath you took like looking more impressive. How does air get to the lungs? Gas exchanges, it's incredibly exciting, but let's back to the bite and examine how air reach your lungs in the first place. This is may seem obvious. It starts when you breathe in through your nose or mouth. The air is then warmed and moisturized as it travels down your windpipe or trachea. Alveoli. At the end of each of the many tiny branches of our bronchial tree, we find opening to microscopic sacs. Each little sac is an alveolus, singular for alveoli. There are maybe several alveoli coming from one duct, forming a little clump. This group of alveoli somewhat resemble a cluster of grapes that are all attached. It is in the alveoli that one of the most important transfer in our entire body take place. It is here that our respiratory system comes into direct contact with the circulatory system or blood vessels. You have about 480 million alveoli located at the end of bronchial tubes. When you breathe in, the alveoli expand to take in oxygen. When you breathe out, the alveoli shrink to expel carbon dioxide. The word alveolus comes from the Latin word for little cavity. Each alveoli surrounded by a fine mesh of thin-walled capillaries. Oxygen of the air in the alveoli easily pass through the wall of the capillaries and combine with the hemoglobin in the blood of the capillaries. Hemoglobin means red pigment. Hemoglobin is a protein containing iron. It combines with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. The oxygen-rich blood flow to the heart from where it pumped to all the cells of the body. As we have already discussed, glucose combined with the oxygen in the cells to produce energy, and carbon dioxide and water are released in the process. The carbon dioxide combined with the hemoglobin to form carbaminohemoglobin. But the oxygen combined with the hemoglobin is called oxyhemoglobin. Thus, the blood returning from the cell to the lungs, it's located with the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide passes from the blood to the air in the alveoli. The air rich is carbon dioxide, then passes of the bronchi, trachea, larynx, and pharynx, and finally exhaled through the nose. Functions of alveoli. Alveoli are the end point of the respiratory system, which start when we inhale, intaking air into the mouth or nose. The oxygen-rich air travels down the trachea and then into one of the two lungs via the right or left bronchus. From there, the air is directed through smaller and smaller passages called bronchioles, past the alveolar duct until it finally enters the individual alveolus. It is at these junctions that oxygen molecule diffuse. Diffuse means spread through a single cell in a alveolus and then a single cell in a capillary to enter the bloodstream. At the same time, carbon dioxide molecules, a byproduct of the cellular respiration, are diffused back into alveolus where they are expelled out of the body through the nose or mouth. Today I give 8 odd words. First one, alveoli, oxyhemoglobin, lungs, carbaminohemoglobin, carbon dioxide, capillaries, alveolus. Once again, alveoli, oxyhemoglobin, lungs, carbaminohemoglobin, carbon dioxide, capillaries, alveolus. Today biology assignment. Answer the following. learn all the question answer. Thank you.